Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Laura, and today we are going to work on this little beauty you're seeing here. This is going to be all strung, believe it or not. I know you see a lot of people use these. These are actually, I can't think of the word I want to say. I'm flabbergasted. Alan just dropped the idea that he wants to go to Harbor Freight. So now I'm like, okay, I got to make this video. These are bead. Hold on. Good Lord, what's wrong? Bead frames. I could not think of the word. I even looked at my paper and I couldn't find them. Anyways, so I'm going to use these as a 14 millimeter bead frame, but they don't hold a 14 millimeter bead. The inside dimensions are different. But I'm going to bead string all of this, and then I'm going to use this check glass wavy bead. I'm going to make a focal drop pendant with a pin and just a plain pin. I could not find any that had a fancy head on it that was in silver, so we're just going to make it with some of the little crystals. And then I'm going to close it off with with some bead caps. Do have our clamshell covers. I do have some bead caps in case I decide to use it. I also have some spacer beads in case I decide to use it, because I think I'm going to put spacer beads between there, and I'm going to put maybe bead caps between here and, just to kind of jazz it up a little bit. So I'm going to cut me a good size length of this because I'll use the leftover in earrings, that kind of thing. So I'm going to make sure I have plenty cut. I will just hold it up to the necklace, make sure I have plenty off, and I'm going to clip. Ta-da! Set that aside, and I have a good long length. And I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to work first on this. I'm putting a crystal on. I'm putting on this twist bead. It is really pretty. And then I'm putting on another crystal. And I am going to take and right about there, I'm going to cut that off. I'm taking my round nose pliers. I'm going to go right about there because I want not too big of a wrap, but a good size wrap. And I'm going to bend, and I'm going to bend again, and I'm going to bring it so that it's like that. I'm going to come in behind, and I'm going to bend it backwards, and then of course I'm going to need to straighten this up. And then when I go to put this on, I will finish closing that, and it's wanting to turn around in circles on me, but that's okay. I do want this to have some length because this is going to hang down in between there, and I may also use a jump ring. I do have my antique silver 6mm jump rings, plus I have some 4mm jump rings that I will also get out. Just a couple. I don't want a whole lot out here. And we'll go with that. So we have those. I'm probably going to start beading from the inside out. So I'm going to put a clip on one side, and we are going to go ahead and put him on first. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use a jump ring. So we're going to close that on up, take a hold of this and close it just like I would a jump ring, and then give it a wiggle wiggle. I want to mash that down, and then I'm going to use one of the 4mm jump rings going to open this. Oops, sorry about that, guys. And put it on. And I'm going to close this. We are twisting, not pulling. And just like that. And I'm going to mash, mash, mash. And I'm going to make sure that it's not open. I am going to take the very end of my wire, just putting it through that jump ring. I'm going to pull. I want to make sure that that is not coming through, and it's not. I'm using the end of the wire because I'm going to be clipping that away anyhow. So we have our center focal on, and we're going to work from the center out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to clip that piece that I bent off so we have a clean piece. And I'm going to string on one of those, one of these peach, I think they call them a jade. They're in my last bead haul. And then I'm going to put, let's see, one of these on. And then I'm going to put a bead cap facing him. I want to add silver in, but not too much. I'm going to put another one of these crystals on. I want a bead cap facing away. And then another one of these gemstone. These are beautiful. And then we are going to put, I definitely want to do this. We're going to get some of these 3.2 millimeter antique silver spacers. I just spilled a little pile out. We're going to put one of these on. And then, here's our catch. We're going to use these bead frames. There's a hole here. We're going to put our wire in through that hole. There's some junk that's probably going to come out. That's normal. Then we're going to take our crystal and we're going to put that on. We're going to drop it down in there. And what I like about using this over like a pin or something is I've got it on there. I can find my other hole, which should be straight across, which is right there. I can get this all down out of my way, drop my bead out of my way, come back up through that hole, grab a hold of it, make sure my wire's not twisted, and pull that through, get my bead down in there. And pull him on down. And that is what this is going to look like. He is going to float, but because we have this wire in here, it looks really, really nice. So again, we're going to add another one of these, another one of these gemstones, another one of these. I really like how that is looking. Let me stop a second and show you. That is really, really pretty. So again, we're going to find our thing. You can also line it up right on your bead mat through your crystal, out through your crystal, line it up. Oops, I kind of missed him. And through the other side, just like that. Ta-da! We're going to put another one of these on. One of these gemstones. Look at that. And then I plan on finishing this with chain. I love how that looks with the wire, the beading wire. I love this. It does need a little more up the side. It's smaller. Let's see what we have in our little bead kits. You know what? Let's go ahead and see how these would look. I think that just like 3 of them up each side would look nice. So we'll get 3 of those. Some of the darker, creamier colors I think would be better. So we'll use 2. 3. Let's get those out of the way. Let's get... It's kind of hard. I reach in here for the one I want and it's like disappears. 1, 2, and 3. We'll use those 3. I think that would be perfect. I like it. I really, really like it. Okay, let's go with it. And let's put one more silver spacer. So we have that transition. Or do we want to use, let's use one of these. So the bead cap is towards the big bead. And then 3 of these. 1, get hold of that. 2 and 3. Well, oh, I think that finished it off perfectly. Absolutely stunning. Let's slide that all down. Let's clip this end. I like that, guys. What do you think? So we're going to reverse this. 1. And then we're going to do a crystal. One of the gemstones. A bead cap. Crystal. Bead cap. I think I need to get some more gemstones out. I'm short. I'll get a couple more out just to make sure I have enough. I think what happened is I had changed my plan of what I was doing halfway through doing it. And another gemstone. And then it looks like I did a spacer. And I'm going to do what I did the last time. I'm going to line up my holes. There is my hole on my bead frame. I'm going to put my crystal so that the hole is where I can just slide right into it. Or so I thought. I'm picking up the fuzz from my bead mat. Right into there. And then we're going to pick up another spacer, gemstone, spacer, And then we're going to do another bead frame. Crystal through the other side of the bead frame. Spacer. And now we're going to put on our gemstone. I like this dark one. Find the hole in. A bead cap facing him. And then 3 of the little shell beads. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm debating on whether I should put because I'm putting this on, I think I want to put a spacer because I really don't want that clamshell up against my shell bead. So I'm going to put my clamshell on, and I know I had them right here just a little bit ago. I just got to locate where I laid them out of my way. That's the moral of the story. Don't lay something out of your way, because the minute you move it, you lose it. And I may possibly put them over on the desk. So let me get my ones from here. So we want the antique silver ones. Oh, I know what I did with them. I put them in the drawer. Good grief. And the drawer is sitting here wide open. So we have to have 2 of those. We'll put the rest away in a minute. And then I'm going to pick up just 1 of the my mind is not thinking now. Crimp tubes. We're going to bring it up almost to the very end, and we're just going to mash it. And we're going to make sure it's mashed down good. We're going to give it a tug test. We're going to bring this clamshell all the way up to the end. We're going to give it a tug test, and we're going to close it. Why are you not wanting to close? He's kind of stiff. And then we're going to make sure he's closed. These are from Bargain Bead Box, and he's pretty sturdy, guys. We're going to mash it down good on the end so we know it's closed. And then we're just going to bring everything down, and we're going to give it kind of a curl. Now these are pretty big beads, so you want to give them all plenty of space, but you don't want them to be too tight or too loose. And then we're gonna, wow, that is really stiff. We're gonna open that up as far as possible. Go up through the bottom, drop it down. We're gonna pick up another crimp tube, drop it down inside that clamshell. I'm making sure all my beads are down, but my necklace isn't too poker straight. I'm going to grab my crimp tube, I'm going to press it down inside, and I'm going to crimp. Well, I'm going to crush it. And I'm going to make sure he is good and flattened around my wire, because we don't want him to fail. And I'm going to give it a tug test, and it is tight. Now I'm going to reach in there, and I'm going to clip the excess wire, leaving just a little bit beyond. And now we're going to Like I said, these are the last ones I got from Bargain Bead Box, so they are really, really strong. Close it and give this a mash. And there is that. Now, I am going to get a length of chain. We're going to measure this. I want this to be about, I don't know, this is really pretty. I don't want it too far down. Yeah, I think we'll go with 20 inches on this one. And I think I have enough chain laying right here to do this. And my measuring tape. So we have got 9 inches. So it takes about an inch for clasping. So I want to cut 10 inches. That is 5 inches a piece. So I want one piece just the shade over 5 inches. And the reason I do that is the part that's going to get the clasp or the jump ring, because the lobster is bigger than my jump ring. And this will ensure that the it hangs evenly at the back of the neck. And this piece is just shy of 5 inches. That will get the lobster, because the lobster and the jump ring is longer. So that is spare chain. So we're going to take a 4mm jump ring on each end to add our chain to. Get our clippers out of the way so we don't grab them instead. And we're going to start adding our chain. And this necklace is reversible, so we're going to put our necklace. It would help if we opened the jump ring. So we're going to open by twisting, sticking on our necklace, getting our chain out. We're going to put our chain on, and then we're going to go ahead and close this. This is a 4mm jump ring. And then we're going to, I was thinking I had 3 4mm jump rings out, but I don't. So I need to grab one more. Oh, I used it there. That's why. Okay, so now we're going to add our clasp, which I forgot to get it out also. It's going to be one of those days, guys. So we're going to go ahead and put our chain on first. I'm going to reach over here and grab. Where's my other? I don't want to put a bright silver on that, guys. So let me grab and get this open. And get an antique silver jump ring and put that on. Or clasp. Close that. And there's that. Yes, that's working. Get that back. Get the lid back on that before they fly all over the place. Come on. There we go. Now let's go ahead and do the other side. We have the other 4mm. Open, of course, by twisting, putting on our necklace. I have this thing about, plans changing. I planned on making jewelry all day and uploading. And if somebody disrupts my plan, like, hey, we're going to go do this today, it bothers me. And I know it shouldn't, but it really, really does. Let's not use a 6mm. I want something just a hair bigger. So let's go with a 7 to clasp this shut with. I think this will fit through that chain. Pretty sure these 7mm will. I just got to get it to go down over and close. There we are. I really like how this turned out. We're going to set everything back and I'll show you how this turned out. This is so pretty, guys. Very classy. What a pretty necklace. So guys, thank you for hanging out with me for this video. I absolutely love this necklace. I love those bead frames. Yeah, tell me what you think about it. Very classy. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to all of you guys down in the comments below. Bye, everybody.